we're going to go ahead and do a reading specifically for twin flames, for the divine feminine, for the divine masculine, just to see what is going on. And today we have our Aquarius sun, but we also have Mercury, which is in Aquarius, which is trine Jupiter, which is in Gemini. This is bringing a very, very positive energy, especially since this is the last day of Jupiter retrograde. Tomorrow, Jupiter is going to turn direct. Jupiter rules over abundance and areas of our life that needs expansion. Expect positive shifts in energy and positive shifts in your fortune right now. Now, we have a couple of other, we'll say, alignments that are very, very important right now. So we have another Venus North Node conjunction. I think this is really, really important because we are already in that pre-shadow of Venus's retrograde. I know. And why this is so important right now is because while Venus may not shift fully into retrograde until March 1st, and she's going to begin her retrograde in Aries, which is a fire sign, and wrap it up in Pisces, which is a water sign, obviously. But I think right now is where the themes come up that are going to impact us or affect us the most. Well, we're in this Venus pre-shadow, so we're already feeling whatever's going to hit you. Now, while the astrology, I said, isn't a magical solution to your problems, it most definitely is helping us to navigate different things as we navigate life, right, as we know it. So basically, when we go into Venus retrograde and even in the shadow phase, it's all about what you need to heal in your love life and in your finances. When some planets spin backwards, or Venus is going to spin backwards, take that backspin. It's like cleaning out your closet. Like, what do you need to declutter? What do you need to still heal? So this is a time to be looking towards your past. We don't like to, but we have more things to go into to heal. So this is a time where we go in and we release old wounds, blocks, issues in our love life that might still be impacting you in now. This always gives us a powerful chance to heal whatever it is in your love life that may need it right now. So this is powerful for twin flames too. As oftentimes we always like to think that a new situation is gonna, bring something different, but it actually, all of our situations just stack on top of each other. So if there are certain patterns, behaviors that you need to work out, they're just going to come up again and again until you heal them. So it's very important that you're also, especially with Jupiter shifting direct, are also clearing limiting beliefs, patterns, behaviors, really doing that work on yourself. And I feel twin flame these are sticking together, don't mind me because they're new. Twin flame is a different type of connection, which oftentimes will shine a light on what we need to heal within ourselves. We see a lot of working on yourself first for the divine feminine. We're going to start with that reading for the divine feminine. Some of you guys are purging out energy attachments, things that you need to let go of. It might just be clearing things energetically. This can manifest in all forms. So we're going to start with a reading for the divine feminine. I always remind you guys that this is just a general reading. Take what resonates for your situation specifically, leave the rest. This is why I recommend doing one-on-one phone call sessions. Any of my reading options are just phone call option. I call these sessions. I go in with you and help you to heal specific issues. This will help to tell you about the connection, or what is coming up, what to do to heal it, how to shift things like this. I also am an energy healer, so I have so many healings on my website. I have tons of clearings, activations, healings, and of course I do twin flame coaching, which I've designed to help you to pinpoint and move through some of the problems. I very gently take you into things that need to be taken into to heal so that you can heal your love life. This is very, very powerful. So if you need me, you just book me on my website, sparksofdivinelightshealing.com. But we're going to get started with the reading for the divine feminine. Divine feminine collective, divine masculine. If you're watching, direct messages from your feminine. I should have fought for you. Some of you guys, this could translate to not working hard enough on yourself, the connection, or even kind of letting go too easily. I don't want to be toxic anymore. We talked about clearing out toxic patterns. This could be limiting beliefs, ways that you don't feel good enough, ways you need to really just heal yourself or up level your energy, your life, yourself. It just kind of depends on what each person is working through or working on. Your twin flame tends to trigger things to the surface so that you can see them a little bit better if you have existing issues that need to be healed too. So this is also a connection that's all about healing. We're meant to be together. I'll wait as long as it takes for a shot with you. we have that North Node alignment with Venus. This is bringing destined connections up. I was saying that if people are in karmic connections, because we have those connections, they'll come up in a minute. If people are in karmic connections, the energies can't sustain it. Like, I know. So we could see a lot of, okay, and this is through the collective right now with these energies that we're going to see play out this year, that we're going to see a lot of karmic connections crashing and burning, and that these to make way for destined connections. So this is going to have a lot to do with your journey. It just kind of depends. So we see a lot of you guys being guided to let go of connections. It could be romantic, it could be relationships that are draining, bad for your energy, or toxic in any way, to make room for these destined connections, such as twin flame connections. It just kind of depends. Obviously, this is a twin flame reading. So when we see these North Node, North Node Venus conjunctions, we know that it's all about getting into an energy alignment, or shifting into a deeper energy alignment, so that we can shift into more of an alignment with our destiny. Your destined person, your twin flame, is going to be part of your life mission or your soul purpose, or encourage you to either maybe begin it or, you know, help you on it, depending on where you're at on the journey when you meet them. I want to treat you in the way that you deserve. So I brought these cards, which are interesting. So I brought the Akashic cards with me. I'm always trying to flip up my cards. I don't usually use these, but I really, really like them. So we're going to go into, and we have the sands of time. This is the hourglass symbolism. Think Beauty and the Beast, right? Okay. So we have this. Some of you guys might feel like, you know, now is the time. We're talking time. We're talking Saturn, karmic energies. There may have been karmic blocks in your connections, or things that came up that may have gotten in the way. These are patterns, beliefs, and behaviors that might be manifesting into your reality, or even your love life. This might have turned into a karmic situation with your twin flame. I always think, or I know, there's certain phases that you go through with your twin flame. So if either of you have, we'll say, karmic baggage, it tends to come out, and it usually is played out between both of you. Sometimes this could be experiences recycling from past lifetimes with your twin flame, or it could be stuff from this lifetime that needs worked out, that has come to the surface. The karmic energies are the biggest repeller of twin flames too, and you want to be kind of magnetizing them, right? Pushing away energy too. It just kind of depends. So some of you guys are being guided to do this work and to get mindful and shift more into the now. This is perfect energy for clearing karmic blocks. That's what we're going to do with Venus retrograde anyway, and we're getting a preview of it. When we go into that pre-shadow phase, we get a real loud preview of what's to come. So this could be like, maybe, so when you're doing the healing, and this could go for if you guys are in separation, but it doesn't have to, okay? But when you're doing this healing, I have people that say, I was in separation X amount of time. It has nothing to do with that. And it has everything to do with your energy and the work being done. So if you just sit and don't make good use of your time, not much changes on the energy level. So there are sometimes things that need to be changed on the energy level. So there's no set time, okay? I've seen twin flames that have lengthy separations or very fast separations, depending on how fast you're able to move through the energy healing work that is required to shift into union, which is basically about stabilizing both of you guys too. This could be how you're making use of your time, because we have all this time message, right? For some, you meet your twin flame in divine timing, but also separations are orchestrated so that you can do more of that work being brought together once again in that divine timing in your life, depending on what you need to do. Every soul is different. That's why I always say to do the one-on-one calls and sessions with me to see where you're at. This is going to give you a lot of clarity and information specifically for you too. So this could be like, some of you guys, your choices are very much impacting your life and how things will go with your twin flame. It's very important that you are choosing union, and then if in union, choosing to stay and work on that union, or if in separation, choosing to work towards union. Okay, so we have some of you, I hate to say this, are a little bit lost right now. Okay, yes, this is reading for divine feminine. It just kind of depends. So it just kind of depends on where you're at with this. You might be having been on a long spiritual journey, had to clear a lot of things in this lifetime. You might be processing a lot of trauma and a lot of baggage still in your lifetime that might be coming up. Some of you guys aren't quite sure where the path is leading you. I say it can be like that with twin flame as you're navigating the twists, turns, and even the lessons that come with twin flame on the twin flame journey. So you may not know where your path is taking you, and I think it's very important with this North Node energy that we've shifted into, because the North Node is in Pisces now. Number one, it's romantic, it's dreamy, and it's destiny energy. It is perfect for clearing the Lulu, I call it, la in your love life, so you can see things clearly and for what they are, so that you can move forward. Now that Jupiter is shifting direct tomorrow, you should be getting lots of good plans, clear plans, where you're headed, what you're doing, and kind of that direction. If you have no direction, all right, so we want to have clear direction of where we want our life to be taking us. This helps us to get there and to navigate the journey and the process. So if you're not really sure, you're feeling a little lost, I always say get at me, do some of those phone calls with me. It'll help give you more clarity, even if it's just trying to see more about your specific situation, because this is a relationship reading. This is a twin flame reading. So even if you're just wanting to know a little bit more about your situation. Okay, I mean, I've been posting red roses all day. We're getting ready, not yet for Valentine's Day, but it's coming. And it's giving, these energies are giving us a precursor for Valentine's Day and even the rest of the year. For those of you guys in union, you're doing really good in these unions. I have the nicest message coming through, right? You guys are doing good, you're healing, you're making progress, things are going smooth, they're going amazing. Some of you guys have had a rocky road in getting there. You've been doing this work for years, literally, to anchor into these unions and to smooth out issues, okay? So this is like next level of commitment. Some of you guys, that could be union, and like lasting union. For some, that could be engagement, getting married, children, whatever it is for you, moving in together and progressing with these connections. So we see a higher level of commitment that is happening and things like that. For those of you guys that are navigating separation or someone with a commitment issue, more work to be done, right? And usually you'll say, no, point the finger to the flame, right? That's them. No, with yourself, because you'll know, because things will shift on the external. So we have commitment coming up. For some, this could be commitment issues causing separation because there's more inner work to be done, or even those in union, doing really good in these unions. So we have thought and vibrations. This is resonance choice and signature signals. You're always putting out frequencies with your thoughts. Yes, your thoughts, your attitude, your beliefs, they make up your energy field and who you are as a person, but you're transmitting every thought you have signals into the universe, which are coming back as your experiences, things, and people playing out in your reality. It just kind of depends. This is a card connected with how powerful your thoughts are. They're becoming even more powerful as the frequencies of the planet are coming up. We're able to manifest faster and faster. This is a good thing. This means that if you're putting in the work, you're seeing results faster and faster coming into your reality, like with your manifestations coming through, your union going smooth, whatever it is. But if you haven't done that work to kind of clean up your, we'll say mind and energy, because it's a two-part thing. So you clean up the inner belief system and the thoughts and get rid of the negativity. And as you're doing that inner work, number one, it's going to raise your frequency. Number two, you're going to be able to tap into more and more of your gifts and abilities, because those were the blocks. Like all negativity, well, negative lives, we know that from being asleep. As we wake up more and we tend to purge out and reprogram and heal a lot of belief systems, things we picked up from the collective, family of origin, right? Past problems, traumas. As we begin to clear all this out, our frequency is rising and we're going to be more positive on the mental. And maybe this is even the lens through which you're seeing things, seeing your twin flame situation, or even your reality. And so you're being reminded that you're creating this as you go. This is why I love to do the work with you guys, because sometimes you guys are kind of, I say, in it, and you're needing a little bit of help to see. Sometimes you can't even see, or you're needing to just clear out blocks that have been there for a really long time that are creating resistance. This is why it's very, very important that you're finding someone that can help you through the process, especially if you're having problems. Now, this could be for, even if you're not wanting to up-level your life and heal and do better in certain areas. So if there's areas you want to heal in your life, or even just wanting to really do better in certain areas, but especially if you're struggling or having problems, this will really, really help you to pinpoint some of those problems, patterns, and to heal them on a deeper energetic level. So we're being guided to continue to work on our energy so that we can continue to integrate into the new, into the 5D. Some of you guys are letting go. Once again, I have the clock on here, so this might be important. I love it because I always talk about destiny being the clock and meeting under the clock of destiny. And this is why you were always brought together with this person, but there might have been problems that needed to be worked out. There's still things that we need to let go of, release, and heal on that energy level too. So this is huge with letting go of anything holding you back during this time. As Jupiter is shifting direct, we're getting more and more clarity as to what we should be moving through and working on. Okay, we have animals, and for some this might be a special message. Some of you guys might be seeing birds, animals, signs. I love it because when I get a dream, we'll just say, and I'm dreaming about an animal, this is very easy to look up and see the meaning, but I mean in everyday waking life. Some of you guys are being guided to connect with nature, the elemental realms, or even the animals during this time. You might be drawing little animal or bird friends to you, and this might be very, very important to you on your journey. Connecting with your heart chakra, connecting with nature and the elemental realms. That's why I'm sitting outside. Spending time in nature is one way we can ground our energy and bring a lot of powerful, good energy into your life. All right, you're being guided to work on your connections. This might be healing these. This could be contracts, commitments, things coming up with the twin flame journey. You were contracted to come learn with your twin flame. A lot of times people think it's I'm all for fairy tale energy because we're in Pisces North Node, but sometimes people think it's supposed to just automatically be some fairy tale. It depends on how that contract is laid out and for what. Sometimes, yeah, that could be for marriage, that could be for whatever, but sometimes it has more to do with your spiritual awakening, growth, and even healing. It just can depend on what lessons you're going to learn with your twin flame and what lessons your soul is learning in this lifetime. So you usually make some type of soul plan or agreements to come to earth, and there's certain things that your soul is working on. Usually all of the connections in your life may have certain things in common. So if we'll just make up some stuff as usual, you're really codependent in your connections and clingy, you might draw a twin flame to you that's super avoidant and independent and can deal with that better, right? And you'll probably notice a lot of people in your life may reflect some of these same patterns. And this is just one thing. So it just depends. But your soul is working on certain things in your lifetime that your relationships are supposed to help you with. We're talking about twin flame though too. But you're meant to bring a healing to yourself and even your relationships ultimately. It doesn't matter what patterns those are that you're working out, working on, or working through in this lifetime. Healing yourself is the key to all of this during this time, and healing your energy. Someone asked me about energy healing, and usually that is the key to it. Like, so if you know you're on a twin flame journey, even in separation, that journey isn't ending. You're still very, very much connected. I always encourage you guys, if you're having, this isn't for everyone, not a lot of communication with your twin flame, really practicing connecting on that 5D level will help you to stay connected or stay more connected, but also to activate more of your spiritual gifts and your abilities. We talked about divine feminine having a hard time seeing things. With that too, this is why energy work is so important to clear the blocks, because you'll have so much clarity. You won't be confused. If you're feeling confused about your connection, you're not sure, I always can help you with that. But this is like really unblocking your own gifts and abilities. I told someone they were asking about a call, and I said, you know, when I do these sessions with you, I know how to do this work really good, and I help you guys to get more clarity in your own life moving forward. It's one thing for someone to tell you, right? It's another for you guys to have your own light bulb moments, clarity, tapping in better, right? And things like that. So I know how to go in with you guys in these sessions to help you with that. So maybe you just need a little bit more clarity moving forward, or more of a clear direction as you're getting ready to move forward, as you're on quite the spiritual journey, and there can be a lot of twists and turns of things kind of coming up during this time. So I always say, if you need that help or some type of clarity or work with your energy, you guys know where to find my website. Okay, you're leaving behind baggage. You're being guided to release some type of baggage. You're in a space of healing, a period of healing. And I always love that card because it represents trusting the spiritual and the help that you're being guided to. Okay, so make sure you're working on your healing. Make sure you're doing that energy work. It's some of the most powerful things that you can be doing during this time. You should be anyways, but sometimes you weren't. Not everyone, but sometimes some of you guys weren't, and your twin flame kicks you into gear, getting you into that, right, where you should be, getting you into alignment. One of the best ways we can get into alignment, keeping our energy clear, doing energy work, activating ourselves, things like that. So make sure you're really leaning into this period of healing. This can go to changing your day-to-day routines, doing things that are healthy for you, putting yourself first and having boundaries in some areas of your life. The planet is spinning and flying around. So divine feminine, make sure you have boundaries. Sometimes I see one of the worst things people can do also is when they're in the spaces of separation, kind of hanging out with people that aren't great or great for you. And then I see some of you guys in uni, you're really, really hanging out with your twin flame a lot. And also needing a balance in how you're taking care of yourself and you're connecting with other people. Make sure you're making time and space for yourself and for your healing journey. You have a lot of cups. This is my favorite card. I remember telling my twin flame about this card. I don't know why. Of all cards, I love it. Now it has a double-edged meaning. Some of these cups are amazing. These are your paths in life. You have lots of choices. So this can be also, making better choices so that you're clearing patterns. And, you know, if you see you have blocks and problems in your love life, reacting differently, working through triggers, knowing your triggers, and responding differently, that this is like, not every person, path, situation presented to you is for you. Most of them are great. Half of them are great. Half aren't. You need to discern, right, about what cups you're drinking from, right, and things like that. So I say in some of these cups, there's different things, right? There's a snake in one and a head, and there's things that aren't so great for you. Some of them are great for you. You're needing to really use discernment, because this is like also your thoughts, by the way. I always sync this up to, once again, your thoughts. Half your thoughts are great, half not so much, right? Oh my God. And then your thoughts are creating your paths in life and your options. I know. So needing to kind of clean up your thoughts and stuff like that, because you'll have more good options coming at you. Now, this is your divine masculine coming through, King of Cups, loud and clear in this. And this is someone that is actually switched on, sensitive, empathic, and caring. Maybe you guys weren't seeing them in their highest light, or maybe you have always known that about them. Oftentimes when you see your DM, you do know it pretty early on. You can see who they are as a person on a deep level. They very much are going to match you and complement you. They're always going to match your frequency, divine feminine. So it's very important that you're learning how to hold that higher frequency too for your union. Sorry, these cards are sticking. I don't really use them. So make sure you're holding that higher frequency, divine feminine. That's why this work is so important. I was reminding myself of how much this has changed my life, embarking on the spiritual work that we're being guided to do. We're all being guided to do it. Some may not hear that guidance, some might follow it, but that guidance that we're getting of doing this work is to help us with our awakening and changing our lives in every area in a positive way. So we're being guided to, this is falling out, so I'm going to grab it, to protect our energy and to take care of our energy and to work on it. So make sure that you are, message received, right? Make sure you're working on your energy, taking care of yourself during this time. It's really going to help you in all areas of your life. Okay, so we're going to do, and I'm just doing quick readings because I have a lot of activations and healings I'm doing today. I'm going to be working with this Jupiter energy, and I love this, and I'll just go into this. So before I wanted to choose this deck, I chose it for one card in particular, and we can talk about psychic phenomenon, right? Okay, or spirit phenomenon. So I said, okay, if I'm going to use this deck, because it's okay, but I don't usually use it of all decks. I think it has one great card. So I don't usually use it, but that was my incentive. I said, if I'm going to use this card, I'd like to get this card in my reading at some point. And here comes the card. Okay, I did draw it out of the deck, and let's say there are, I don't know, it's a pretty big deck. 62 cards in this deck, right? All right. So, and I've drawn the card. We're going to go into this. It's my favorite card. It reminds me of my own twin flame journey greatly. This is our destiny card. It's fated meeting card. You may have seen this photo other places because we see it a lot, on the internet and things like that. And I tell my twin flame, just because this is reading for the DM, I said, you meet under the clock of destiny, and that we very much as twin flames, we meet under that clock of destiny, which is obviously, we just talked about on the divine feminine side, the Saturn connotation of time and karma and things that are meant to align with us when we talk about destiny and things like that. So when I think it was when my twin flame came to America, because we live in different countries. When he came to America, I was like, there's a big clock at the airport, and I remember long before he flew here, when I was taking some trips, I was sitting under the clock and sending him the photo, like, one day you will meet me here, and it probably felt kind of far off at that point. And I was sitting under the clock, like, one day this will be the gate, it's like right under the gates at the airport. I said, one day you'll be walking through that gate and the clock will be over us. And then he very much did come over here, obviously, and we met under the clock. So I love this symbolism a ton. And you might see that oftentimes. We can think of New Year's Eve with the clock and couples kissing under the clock, right, at midnight, and other symbolisms in our culture and things like that. So this is a fated, destined meeting, okay? But there's work to be done. If you didn't notice, to make these things happen. It could be circumstances in your life, it could be healing, it could be your missions, it could be your jobs, some of you have children, it could be anything that's kind of going on with this situation. But this is a beautiful message. We'll get back to that. So this is message side for Divine Masculine. What's going on for the Divine Masculine? You guys are being reminded this is a destined connection. It's meant to help you, but it's also meant to help you to clear the karmic baggage so you can make this happen. So Divine Masculine side, Divine Feminine. If you're watching direct messages from your masculine, I'm ready for commitment. I'm seeing that shift huge for the masculine twin flames that have done the work, that have done the healing work. You guys are ready. Like, a lot of the masculines are getting very intense. Like, I want to get married. I want to spend the rest of my life with you. I'm ready to propose. I've tried to before. I've seen several of the masculines in the past, and I'm ready for commitment. This could mean real relationship, union, or even those next levels of your life and how you see it with your Divine Feminine. I really do care, even though I don't show it. They might act tough as an exterior, but they definitely care and feel the same feelings that run through the Divine Feminine at any given time. In fact, you could be a million miles apart on different planets, right? It could be in the other realm, on the other side. It doesn't matter where you are. So it doesn't matter together, apart from your twin flame. They're always feeling the same emotions and energies as you. You're oftentimes processing the same things because you're so connected energetically. Even before you merge, after you merge, it doesn't matter too. So remember that they're feeling everything that you're feeling and processing that. You're worth more to me than I let on. They know you're the one. They've known that before the process gets started. That's just meeting, right? So upon meeting, they know. They have a knowing of this. Your energy is intoxicating and it's pulling me in. A lot of you guys are pulling. I like to talk about the push-pull dynamics, energetically pulling with the Divine Feminine. A lot of the Divine Feminines focus a little too much on the masculine. And then when sometimes they might have other things going on, living life, jobs, whatever, and you're very much always pulling them. This is why I feel that Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine go through separate, different sides of the healing, okay? So Divine Feminine oftentimes, sometimes ends up in separation to heal your energy so that you're not putting so much focus on your DM, because it pulls their energy and it can be draining. And so it's very important for the Divine Feminine on her side to learn how to be better in her own vibe and to go to source, connect to source, and not be trying to make your romantic partner your source of energy, because you end up crashing and burning on that level too, okay? So they feel you pulling on their energy all of the time. It's hard to stay away if they're having to. Okay, this is the light of the world. This Jupiter energy, I said, was bringing a beam of much needed positive energy and light that's needed during this time. And so with this Jupiter direct energy, it's going to be bringing a ray of light, right? You're being guided to really tap into your light during this time. And we are these light beings, but oftentimes we cover up our light, or we have it covered up by trauma. And sometimes this is at a very early age, so we never fully tapped into our power until we really begin the healing journey, when we begin to uncover layers of wounds and things like that that need to go. Your twin flame may trigger anything to the surface that is kind of there. I liked this too. This is my winged messengers. We talked about animals and birds. This is my Horus card. This is my Hawk card, and there's many others, right, that we could go into. And this could be, some of you guys are getting spirit messages from loved ones on the other side. I posted some of them this morning about, like, if you see a cardinal, it's a loved one in spirit. I have the cardinal that lives in my yard, a couple of them that are living in my yard now, and I love it, right? So you might be drawing spirit messages to you. This could be reoccurring angel numbers. This could be synchronicities, signs, or even in the form of like birds, animals, right? Things like that. And seeing it, you might be seeing the same birds all the time and things like that. Pay attention, because we have this elemental card. This could be, you know, the fairies, the nature beings, or even animal kingdom and things like that, that you're getting messages and signs through, connecting with the elementals. This represents, once again, I said this for the Divine Feminine side, and you guys are often mirroring each other with the lessons, opening your heart chakra. Divine Masculine, you might be spending more time in nature, or being guided just to ground more, to get outside a little bit more. Even like a little bit every day is really going to help you. Especially, I know I'm early, but I assume the sun probably is coming back now, well, not today, but it's coming back, right? A little bit. Okay, so it depends on where you live, but when the sun is coming back, you want to soak up some nature, soak up some sun. This is going to help you a lot with your overall healing and just absorbing good energy. This is once again the destined connection. You are meant to meet this person. Sometimes you have a lot of tower moments that come with the twin flame. Each and every separation, if there were any or are any, immediately generally puts you in an ego death, right? And then rebirth follows after you heal yourself. Or sometimes you might have gone through some tower moments prior to meeting. This is common. You might have had bad relationships in the past and it kind of gets your attention, and then you meet your twin flame. And that's how I describe it. Like I describe it, like on my side anyways, my entire life fell in and I couldn't make sense of it, and my twin flame immediately appeared or something like that. So it might be something like that to get your attention, but oftentimes Divine Masculine may go through tower moments after. And then this is that 2 cups presenting. So sometimes if you're taking a wrong path, you might go through some type of crumbling tower moment to recalibrate you and keep you on track with the union. I see that, where sometimes the masculines go off and are doing their own thing, and it's like everything in their life leads them back to their union or to their divine feminine on some level. It just kind of depends. We have Archangel Raziel, wisdom, inspiration, and the Akashic Records. You're being guided to dive into the Akashic Records and tap into the Akashic Records. This will help you with tapping in more. This could be activating your gifts, abilities, doing some type of activation work so you can better tap into your situation as you're healing. I love it because it's my castle card, right? This is the fairy tale. Yes, the fairy tale exists. Pisces and Venus reminds us, Pisces North Node reminds us of that, right? I'm early. Venus isn't until Pisces for a month or so, right? Anyways, North Node and Pisces remind us that the fairy tale is real. As you're healing yourself, you're going to be rewarded so much for the work that you're doing of more abundance, success, prosperity in many areas of your life. Make sure you're focused on what you're creating right now. This is creating something new. I love it because it's my seeds, and this is your union. So whether you're trying to heal and come back in a union, or you're in a union and you're creating and manifesting within that union, make sure you're tending to your seeds as in your manifestations, but also your energy as a way to cultivate that. You're being guided to really nurture and heal your divine feminine energy. This could be creating something new or just tapping into that. I call it the new you, the new version of you, right? We talked about ego death. You're going to go through one coming out of the 3D generally, right? A lot of people go through dark night of the soul and end up popping into the 4D into spiritual awakening. Twin flame might put you in another one, right? And we talked about this. It just depends. So anyways, it's all about recreating and bringing yourself back on the energy level and healing yourself in any way, right? So we have beneath the surface. This is hidden truths and something unknown. So I was talking about, even if our conscious mind doesn't know something, your subconscious knows and loves to try to reveal it to you, maybe through things people tell you, how you feel about certain situations or stuff like that. You have things coming up. Pay attention to your dreams right now, psychic insights, messages, downloads, and even messages from other people during this time. It's going to help you to navigate the process. Now we have the Justice card. Some of you guys have karmic energies at play holding you back. This could be existing karmic relationships, especially if you know they're not good for you or they're just not doing it for you. And some of you guys might sense you have a twin flame and you haven't met them. You know you have a twin flame and something is holding you back, like a current situation. This could be everything. This could be, for some people, it's divorce and legal stuff. Or it's, like I said, existing connections and dynamics that aren't good, any type of control dynamics, things like that. Something needs to be resolved on the karmic energy level. For some, this just could be blocks, traumas, and things from your past that are holding you back from love. Venus retrograde, time to declutter whatever's holding you back from love or keeping you walled off or kind of to yourself, right? Ace of Wands, some good news is going to come in. We are going into Venus and Aries tomorrow. This is going to bring a fiery shift to your love life and a lot of passion to it, but this is like getting things started, initiation energy, getting fired up. And so this could be, I said, I wasn't joking, crashing and burning of karmic situations, going up in the fire, the flames, right? Your life going up in the flames in the areas that need it. So if you have karmic situations with people or situations you know aren't good, they could get implosive or not go good. And then with the twin flame, it could reignite your situation, your existing situation. And I mean this in a good way. It's new energy coming into the planet, fresh energy. I thought January was the slowest month ever compared to last year, because last January in 2024, we moved very fast and had a lot of fast energy. This January, it was like the cocoon and it was very slow, right? Now we see people getting into gear as we've shifted into February to take care of things. So this could be with your relationship too, kind of starting to move. If you feel like you've been going a little slow in a period of solitude, that's okay. I equate that to the spiritual awakening and restoring your energy, recovering it, and even healing your energy. So also stay focused on where you're going moving forward. This is getting into the game. And if you've been like hermiting too much, spending a little too much time alone, getting back into this union. So some of you guys, this is my 6 of Wands in reverse. Make sure that you're not trying to follow the crowd right now. This is my people pleasing card. Some of you masculines have been doing a little bit too much for your karmics and everyone around you, and like trying to make everyone happy at the expense of your energy and at the expense of yourself. So some of you guys are being guided to put yourself first and to follow your own inner guidance. This is like, you know, like really following your guidance as it's specifically for you as to what to be doing, okay? This is sometimes when this is a block here. Some of you guys might have been kind of following the ego, which is all about look at me, material and things like that, and success. And some of you guys did really good with your jobs and the material, whatever. But you're being guided to shift into the spiritual and to really work on your spiritual gifts, abilities, following your intuition and trusting and kind of working with the universe and getting into a greater alignment. So your priorities might be shifting. If you were like really matrix minded or material minded, suddenly as you're going through a spiritual awakening, you're changing and you're feeling more and more of a pull to get into the spiritual too and kind of learn about the spiritual. I am going on that note. I do have a lot of healings and activations up. I know I have a bunch up for today and tomorrow. I'm still riding that 2-2 wave I see. And we all are, right? So it's a good time to be healing. The next couple of days, I'll be putting some new stuff up in my site after that. But you can do anything in my shop all of the time anyways. Go with what you're guided on there. It's all really, really going to help you. And have a beautiful rest of your day.